So we are now in the early hours of the day. So just for context, it is now the 29th day of the third 10-day of Iliant. So you're in the final week of the month, and you've got today and tomorrow until the end of the month, and you'll technically now be in the autumn, like late autumn now. All right, give you a bit of context. So, by all means, wake up, talk amongst yourselves, wake other people up. The floor is yours.
Weylin will be one of the first to awake, spending a bit of time to don his armor, taking his time, taking a sweet time. Hoping somebody else wakes up in that sort of time, but then opens the door.
Okay. So, as you open the door, you look up and down the corridor, and the dwarf has changed. Obviously, the dwarf wasn't going to be doing the whole night shift, looking after you. No one else is up. But judging from the light that comes through some of these, like sunlights that are nestled within the corners of some of these corridors that try and suck and draw light into some of the areas of the temple, is roughly no earlier than about 8 o'clock. So you slept for some quite a long time. You do feel refreshed, but it's almost like that groggy, refreshed feeling where like you probably could have slept for more.
A little. Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, you probably could have slept for more, but that would have really
sleep?
pushed it. So would have been sort of late evening, about 6 o'clock. You probably all would have started to collapse, etc. It was only the mid-afternoon that you were all talking to Ranala
that's
around
exactly
that
what
time.
I was thinking. So that's about 14 hours of sleep. I could have done with more sleep.
With the amount that you've had to exert and the journey that you've all had to be on how long it felt it was down below.
Yeah, I'm gonna be waking up with achy bones as if after a workout.
You all wake up to the snapping of Weylin's limbs.
Yeah. Weylin will head downstairs to the food area, see if there's anything going on.
Okay. So as you've gone down, Harshnag is up. He is on the front entrance wall. He's looking out of one of the higher up windows. But as you've gone through and down Weylin, you can definitely still hear the storm raging outside of the temple. There are a couple more sandbags that have been placed behind this barricade, this bund that has been made within the doorway. But there doesn't look to be any large amounts of water in this area. You can definitely see like a small, like wet stain coming down the stepped amphitheater steps down into the lower part of it, but it's not as if it's flooding.
Weylin will approach Harshnag.
Does anyone else want to start waking up, etc.? No, the doors aren't particularly that well made, so any sort of slamming or opening of these hinged, these slide hinged doors could startle someone.
You'd have heard Weylin banging about. The jingling of the armor.
Okay, I will get up next then. Similar sort of get up, comb my beard,
Okay.
do the usual. Put my armor on, get ready. Whether Walter's going to get up as well, or whether he's just going to stay here, I'll leave him to it. With the door open, I'll leave the door open so he can come out.
I've just triggered a long rest for everyone. For those of you that need to prepare spells and stuff, please do look through your list and prepare either a new list or keep the list that you currently have. And just remember that it takes.
Have I had additional spells unlocked?
Didn't
we discuss that there was spells that I should have had access to?
So it's next level that you get your 5th level spell slot.
Okay.
You've got the correct number of spells. Spell slots, sorry. And it was because you had used your 4th level spell slots that I thought you didn't have your 4th level prepared spells on.
Okay, yeah, got
you. So, yeah, if you want to start thinking or considering what spells that you want, for those that need to, please do. Just remember that sort of in-game time, it takes you the number of minutes equivalent to the spell level. So if you're preparing a 4th level spell, it's 4 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
And there is a certain number of spells that you can prepare. That eludes me. How many you can prepare? It should be within your class's rules. So for example, just looking at Loch's one right now. Okay, you prepare the list of druid spells that are available to you to cast, choosing from your druid spell list. When you do so, choose a number of druid spells equal to your wisdom modifier plus your druid level, minimum of 1 spell. So whatever your spell casting ability is plus your caster level, so your character level, that's how many spells you can prepare. So it would be wisdom for you, which is +3. So it would be 3 plus 8, and you have, so that's 11 spells that you can prepare.
Pretty sure that's how many I've got now, isn't it? C 3, 6, 9, 10,
Yeah.
11. Oh no, I've got 13 prepared, have I?
13. Oh, hang on. 1 sec. So spells.
Oh no, I've got 11. I just can't count.
Nah, fair enough. Okay.
Does that include domain spells?
No, domain spells are always known. And depending on the wording of your class feature, which allows you the domain spells, I think they do still count towards a spell slot usage. I think.
Yeah, I
It
think
just
they
gives
do.
you. Yeah, I think it just gives you an expanded sort of list of spells that you can use that wouldn't necessarily be normal on your thing. So cool. Right, I can see Loch's cracking away at that one. Whilst you're looking through that, Loch, just real briefly, would there have been anything that you would have done sort of whilst you were getting all your stuff ready in your room, placed correctly, putting the incense out and everything? Would there have been anything else that you would have thought about before you would have gone to sleep?
No, I'd have been sort of not desperately, but intently trying to pop into a vision and see if I could contact Felabel. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'd have been sort of focusing on.
Okay. Well, the night, nothing eventful happened, just to let you know. Okay. So you've awoken, not abruptly, more naturally. You've heard some stuff going on, and just trying to picture it in your head. I think Adrick is getting on with doing his preparation and getting his stuff together. So real quickly, Adrick, sorry, we'll go back to you.
Right. Okay. I've been sort of thinking, deciding what to do, or trying to decide what to do, and coming up with a bit of a plan. I think I'm going to go to the others and suggest potentially I could ask for guidance from Moradin as to where we go next, because I'm feeling slightly uncomfortable about going off south when we thought we were going probably north. And whether we're being sidetracked. So yeah, okay. And also doing sending. So yeah, I've already got divination prepared. So I'll hang on to that, I think, and go get ready to have a conversation with others. And otherwise, I'll just try to think about what the best spells to prepare are going to be.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, that's an interesting spell. Divination. Oh, okay. Might need to just to prepare me if you want to be using this spell. Okay. Just in case. Oh, within 7 days. Okay. Maybe not then. I got some time. Cool. Okay. I quite like that one. Should use that more often.
Well, you've got to be a certain level, and you've not got to be in combat needing something else.
No, that's true. Oh, has it got a monetary value to it, or?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
it does. Yeah. What have you got to buy?
25 gold pieces.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
A sacrificial offering.
Which
I
the
don't
spell
know.
consumes. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
And what's the cat worth?
That's priceless. That's friendship. That is.
I'll tickle its head. I'm kidding. Yeah, got to be worth.
It just looks at you with those gullible wide eyes.
Sacrificial offering. Where am I going to get a sacrificial offering? I don't know. Okay.
Okay. So, are you leaving your room, Adric? Sorry.
I'll carry on preparing the spells and waiting for more sound. Obviously, I've heard Weylin walking about.
Okay. Just for if this is more sort of like just a more character driven thing, then please do correct me. But because you've already got a prepared list, I don't think you need to prepare it again. It's only if and when you change that spell.
Yeah. So yes, I'm thinking I'm going to need most of these anyway. So okay, I will going to be generally quite useful. Is it still raining? Have I got a window I can look out of?
I think you may have drawn one of the short straws and picked one with a window. You definitely can still hear water lapping at the boards of the window.
Right. Okay. I'll leave Walter on the bed then, and unless he wants to follow me, and I'll head out.
He curls up in the warm spot that you've got that you've left. Sorry, as you leave, Loch, you hear some more doors. Oh, sorry, some more doors open and close as you're doing your preparations, etc. Are you changing anything as part of your spell list?
Yeah, I'm changing up a few spells.
Cool. Okay. Well, we'll skip to then Coco. What about you, my friend? Are you going to be waking up with all this noise and this clattering about?
Yeah, I'll grumbly wake up.
Okay.
Who was the guy that promised me the the bath?
So that would have been Adrick's brother.
I'm gonna go find him.
Okay. All right.
I have a vendetta against his brother now. I need this bath. Actually,
Okay,
how bad is the rain outside? Actually, is it as bad as last night?
It's not as rough, but it does come in waves almost. There is the odd louder side of it before it dissipates, but then the wind picks up sometimes. You can hear that more often than the rain.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm gonna find Adrick's brother.
Okay, cool. All right, so you're walking down. As you come down the stairwell, the staircase into the main sort of temple area, you can see Weylin is mooching around the place as he was the first one to get down into the area. So, real quick one, we'll go back to Weylin very briefly. What have you been doing? Was there anyone that you want to talk to, Weylin, or go up to Harshnag, or try and find Johanna?
I was approaching Harshnag.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So he was at the window. Sorry, at the front of the room. Yes.
yeah, I approached Harshnag. So how did you sleep?
Good morning. Yes. He's using this makeshift crutch, just trying to. It's almost like a walking stick. He strapped it to the side of his hilt of his axe, just to get something a bit more sturdy. Some of it does look a bit flimsy in some places. Yes, I slept okay for what it's worth. Yourself, little one.
Yeah, slept great. Yeah. So you
That
looked
is-
a bit a little bit awkwardly placed when you were asleep. So I just thought I'd ask the question.
Well, with the work that the aides had done to the bandages, I didn't wish to loosen them or make them come undone. But I will admit, my lower back is rather stiff. But at least I can walk around a bit easier without wincing too much.
Yeah.
But it is good to hear that you got a good night's sleep. This is well deserved from the tales that you were telling us yesterday evening.
Well, Harshnag, what do you think's next for you after coming with us?
Well, I do believe that I should try and find where the inhabitants of this settlement have been taken. From the hints, from the gossip that I have heard, from piecing together the tale that Adrick's family have told us, I do believe north, along the ridgeline, may hold some answers of where these kidnappers, these fire giants, have taken parts of Adrick's family and friends.
Yeah, that's really good news. As you know, or may probably already have figured out by now, we need to go south. We didn't
Oh,
really
I
think
see.
that. Yeah, so we didn't really think you'd be up for that. So if you've got something that you could be doing, then that's really good news.
Is there a reason as to why you were going back south? Have you caught
Uh,
word of something? Is someone else in trouble?
So yes and no. We have to find the person that Ranala told us about. So that's going to lead us in opposite directions, really.
I see. Indeed. Well, I probably won't be going off on my journey in the near future. I do need a couple days more rest. It seems my leg just quite isn't what it used to be, but I think with the help here, I could get back into a fighting fit state.
Yeah, I'm not particularly sure if we'll be leaving today or not, depending on the weather, really. But yeah, you might still you might see some of us hang around here yet.
From what the guards and what the aides about the temple have been saying, the storm overnight has not let up. There have been some reports, some dwarves that have fought through the wind and the rain to come to the temple, and they have said that there are certain buildings down on the lower plateau that have flooded. Basements are filling with water, and there are some almost rivers now that have developed within the city itself that is sheeting down into the ravine below. I do hope that this storm does subside, but it seems as if some of the dwarves have almost, I wouldn't say lost hope, but they don't seem to be too bothered by what happens, for they do not know what really is in store for them at this point anymore.
Yeah, well, they'll be safe here with you. I have no doubt.
Indeed. If they do need help across the city, I will still offer aid where possible, but it depends on whether or not they truly want to find their friends. It's whatever they deem a priority, and of course, whatever you five deem priority, I shall follow your instruction. There seems to be a larger game afoot, and we are but a small cog in what is going on, and whatever effect that we can cause, we should cause it, especially if it is those fiends that are at play here. As he stares back out the window.
Yes. Harshnag, what are your thoughts on the storm? Do you think it's artificial or freak of nature?
From what has been described to me from the weather events that they have had prior to us six arriving here, and some of the odder weather that they have had in the recent weeks, I do not know, Weylin. I hope that the natural forces of nature beat it down into submission and it dissipates over time. But alas, magic is a powerful, powerful thing. And whatever that beast did at the top of that spire to conjure such a cloud, such a storm, was powerful indeed.
Yes, I agree. Okay, well, you rest up, and I'll greet the late risers.
Indeed. Let me know of what develops from your conversations with Adrick's brother and sister, and what decisions are to be made, what provisions have to be brought together for us to move on to find answers, if we are moving on today. That is, as you quite rightly put it.
Yes, Weylin sets off to find Adrick. So I'm probably back upstairs. Although I did be right back, so I'm not really sure if he's upstairs or downstairs.
That's okay. So we're going to turn to Coco's still making his way down, sort of just coming down the stairs. But we're going to go to Bree. Bree, you're in your room. Unfortunately, you have had to have one of the rooms with the windows, and that has slightly kept you up here and there.
I think sticking to character, Bree would probably be undercovers, trying to cover up the noise, make sure there's no light, and stay asleep as long as possible.
Okay.
So, sorry, not terribly exciting.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
That's standard Bree antics right there.
That's standard Bree antics, definitely. So, Adrick and Loch, you would be sort of the next people to really finish up then. So, actually, scrub that. Rewind. Coco, you have made your way down the stairwell. You're now in the great temple hall across from where Harshnag is stood, having a discussion with Weylin. Won't take you too long to get over there, but it does seem to be as if they have just finished what they are talking about.
Do I see Adrick's brother?
You do not know. You see a couple of other dwarves here and there, but nothing. No one of, I don't want to say importance, but no one of value in your conquest that you've got on.
Is the guy that does the supplies and stuff about? Where do you see?
He would be down one of the corridors, potentially in one of the other rooms and stuff. You'd have to go looking for him.
I'll go find him, I guess.
Okay.
See where he's at.
So the last place that you found him, he was in one of the storerooms down the. It would have been the corridor that would have been directly to your left as you came down the stairwell, on the northern sort of the northern edge of this temple. So you knock on the door, and there's no answer. But again, these doors don't really have locks on them, so you can, go in if you wish.
I'll knock again, say hello, and I'll creak it open really slowly.
Okay, you creak the door open. The room has slightly changed. There are far more supplies that have been stacked and repositioned in this room. There are no candles lighting this room. There is a faint a bit of light, this ray of light coming through one of these pockets that have been made, almost like a sun well. But apart from that, there doesn't seem to be any activity in this room.
Is there any other rooms inside the room?
No, this is just one big, almost like a large hall, a smaller hall of sorts that would have been used for like a mess hall, eating, that sort of thing.
Oh, okay. What else is in the room? Other than supplies, potentially.
Sorry, Coco, I was reading a message from someone. Apologies.
That's fine.
What were you saying? What did you say?
What else is in the room other than maybe supplies and bits and bobs?
It's just these large crates. And the crates contain like the weapons that you saw, some shields, some other provisions, a load of things that would be rather useful for like providing supplies to the forefront of an army, potentially like tents, fabrics, other parts like furniture that can be assembled, like these. It's almost like camp furniture. There are wooden trellises and tables. It's general supplies for a city.
Okay, that's all good. No empty barrels, no.
No, there's no empty barrels.
God damn. Okay. I'm gonna go walk out of the entrance of the temple.
Okay, so you got to climb over the sandbags and everything. You're gonna have to walk past Harshnag and where Weylin is.
That's fine. As I walk past them, I'll just give them a wave hello and keep walking.
Okay. You climb over the sandbags and your feet are immediately wet. There's about half an inch of water that's pooled around this area, and you can see that with sort of every sort of like gust of wind, it buffets and pushes the water inwards. The rain isn't as heavy as you saw it in the first instance, but it is
Still heavy.
continuously coming down. It's still heavy in a way, yeah.
Okay. I will proceed to take just the top off of my clothes off, spread my feathery arms out, and just absorb all the moisture and take a
Okay,
bath.
yeah, you're just trying to get taking a bath. Okay,
Yeah.
you've got these dwarves that look at you in sort of like some weird, it's just a bizarre manner, and they just slowly turn around as you continue having your bath, just a bit wide-eyed. They look up at Harshnag and look back down and just carry on with their duties as best as they can. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll do that for a little bit, and then I'll come back in and dry off.
All right, no worries. So whilst you're doing that, Adrick and Loch, you're still upstairs. Bree is most certainly still asleep at this time. Enough time would have passed to get your spells all in order.
I was going to ask,
Yeah.
would I be thinking whether something like a lesser restoration spell would help the people who've got my uncle or the gnome? Would I know enough about it?
Lesser restoration. Let's have a look at the spell quickly.
Such a creature and can
Yeah.
end either one disease or one condition afflicting it.
It would be worth a shot. Putting what you can together with not understanding what has afflicted Ranala and her bear companion, or what has afflicted your uncle. And from the early sort of conversations and concerns that you had back at Adbar, for example, it's worth a shot if you want to use it, want to expend it. What level is it? Level 2. So, but yeah, again, it depends. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. In which case, Yeah, okay. It's obviously I don't want to hurt my uncle again, but I could potentially use Ranala or the bear as a guinea pig. The bear's got the same
Okay.
sort of woody effect, hasn't it?
It does have this form of affliction. Whether that is the cause of their breathlessness, their tiredness, their aches, is unknown. The aides didn't really give you too much information when you went in there, presumably because they just don't know.
Okay. So yeah, I'll do that and then head out, as I said earlier. Sorry, slight retcon.
No, it's okay. It's all good. So, you're making your way downstairs. You can you open the doors and makes all the noise, etc. Loch, are you coming out? Or are you still sort of focused on things?
No, I'd be up and about now.
Okay, cool. So you hear some more doors go off, open in the corridor.
I'd be heading to find Adrick.
All right. You see the heels of Adrick as he goes around the corner, leaving the corridor, going down to the main part of the temple.
I'm gonna chase to catch up to him.
All right. So as you're deep in thought, Adric, on what you can do, what you can do to try and help Ranala or those that have some sort of the afflictions that you've seen thus far, you hear a bit of a scuffle, and then Loch is by your side.
Ah, hello, buddy. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. I feel a bit better after my sleep. Adric, my apologies. I fear in my haste to answer my own questions, I think I may have completely neglected to consider the fact that we still need to find your family. Do you want to continue on the course that we were heading, or are you happy to change course down south?
I was in two minds. Yeah, whether to go along with what everyone else wanted to do and see whether or not we could rescue my family members or people we were looking for. I was going to try to ask for some divine guidance.
Okay.
And see if that would help. And yeah, something else you might be interested in. Your friend Ranala, I think you seem to be closer to her than everyone else. I was thinking there's something maybe I could do to try to help her.
Maybe help her remember.
Well, you know that sort of bark-like effect on her skin and on the bear.
Okay, you could maybe help heal them.
Yeah, I've got more up my sleeve, if you like, than just prayers of healing. Like there are spells I've learned which enable me to restore people from a disease, something that's afflicting them. We could try it.
I see.
I mean, I know I tried to heal my uncle and it just caused him pain. I don't know whether restoration of health is going to help better or just be as agonizing. But maybe we can go to the infirmary and see what they think up there. So yeah, those were my plans today. But ask Moradin what he thought I should be doing, and go and see if we can help Ranala and my uncle, and maybe send a message. Well, yeah, one of the things I was discussing with my sister is the dwarven population here evacuate and either go and live in one of the empty villages or go to Citadel Advar.
Okay. Well, I'm entirely up for making our final decision once you've sought some spiritual guidance. I don't want to completely derail looking for your family if that's what you feel is the best course.
Yeah, well, it might be that sorting out this problem with Ranala will actually help with my family. Get Weylin, Coco, and Bree's views on it as well, because Bree's done a lot more research into what these giants are getting up to. Does she think going south is going to help with that? Or how important is it to you and Weylin to sort out what's going on with Ranala and Lefalas and that lot?
Okay, let's go find the rest of the bunch.
I know where Bree's going to be.
Well, yeah. Are we rock, paper, scissors for that?
I think it's Coco's turn.
I agree.
You're in the main temple. Harshnag is still at the front. Weylin, you're meandering around a little bit. So I wasn't sure what you were doing. Please remind me. Sorry.
I was heading to go see Adric.
That was it. Okay, so with
Just
Coco going past you, and you can hear him squawking in the outside corridor, sort of getting all ruffled up in the water. You're on the other end now, so going up the amphitheatre, and you just see Loch and Adrick coming down the top part of the stairwell.
Okay. So as I approach Adric, I sort of look at him, look up at him as I'm at the bottom of the stairs, and he's kind of like there, and just sort of saying, "So what's the plan? What do you wanna do, Adric?"
I've got some ideas. Where is everybody else up?
I think
All bar
everyone but
Bree.
Bree. Yeah.
Loch and I just decided it was Coco's turn to go and wake her up.
Oh, he's out having a shower at the moment. You might have to wake her up yourself.
Let me tell you what. Have you got any more of that toast? Let me tell you what my thoughts were.
So Weylin will kind of like follow Adric as we go downstairs to the food area.
Sounds like you've got enough of it, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'll load up my plate and say, look, I've been having to think about what we were talking about yesterday. We were planning to go north with Harshnag to see, because we think that's where the Giants might have taken all the people from the city, and maybe that's where Philip is, and that's where Zephyros is. And then we hit this thing with our gnome friend saying, "Oh, go south, sort out Lifalas," and that's like
Quite
Four-
right. Quite right.
400 or 500
So-
miles away.
So it has, yeah. That would derail us quite significantly. We could now idea. We could continue north. I can't imagine it'll be that much further north, and we'll be able to get to the bottom of this before going south.
There's the
Possibility.
possibility that if we find Philippe, that he may be able to fast track our journey south if he's still in a reasonable condition. I also do
Yeah.
feel quite terrible about not finding him before now.
Yeah, it's only
He
been a
was-
few
he-
weeks, but it's a while. But
Well,
here's another
God knows what the
thought
Giants
for
have
you,
done to him.
Waylon. I could ask God, or more
Oh.
exactly, I could ask Muradin for guidance. I could pose a question, something like, to rescue my family and friends, which direction should I travel? And see what Muradin has to say about that.
I think that
Yeah,
sounds like a plan.
That's a great idea. Yeah. We can proceed basically. Yeah. I think
And
Moradin
the
might
thing-
have some answers for us.
Yeah, the thing I was talking to my sister about last night was staying here doesn't look viable. There's 2 empty villages down the hill, and there's a dwarven citadel, 11, 12 days walk from here. So potentially they could head south to there, to either the villages or to the citadel. We need to talk to Joanna to see what they want to do. And the other thought I had was I can potentially try another prayer of healing, well, more exactly of restoration, to see if that would cure the gnome
I
and
think
the bear.
you've got as good as chance as any. Restoration
It
cures
might,
diseases.
yeah, it might. You remember what happened with my uncle? I tried to heal him and it just caused pain. So, but yeah, I want to talk to the healers and see whether that would work. And it's still raining, so I don't think we're going really anywhere today, because trying to get the cart down the hill in the rain is not going to be fun.
No, it's just not viable at all. Yeah. This is a good way forward. To be fair.
Yeah, I could ask, my God, what do we do about the rain? But
Yeah, I have a genuinely bad feeling about the rain. Yeah. So
is
could
someone
well
trying
be-
to flood us out? but-
Yeah, that's what I suspect. Could well be very dark magic.
I can potentially do spells to move water around and things like that, but it's not going to move millions of gallons. It's going to move 10.
Yeah, but if we go further north, we might be able to find the source of it. So, even if it's not the source of it, we might find other answers. And yeah, it won't be 400 miles away.
Don't know how far it is, but it's a distance anyway.
Yeah. Well, we're already kitted up for coming up here. So Waylon kind of pats on all of his wool.
Yeah, do you know how to sail a boat down a narrow ravine river full of rocks?
Vaguely.
Good.
I'm no
That's
expert,
all right.
but yeah, vaguely.
Vaguely's better than me. Don't hold with being on water. Doesn't seem safe somehow.
No, it's safe as houses. It's really good water. So
Yeah,
if you
this
fall in
was
it, it
my.
doesn't hurt.
Remember, this is my home. This is my house. Look at the state of it.
Yeah. Water like this is bad. I can't deny that. He kind of looks around.
Yeah,
So
it gets a bit
positively
steep
fucked.
and bouncy on some of the river. I seem to remember.
All right. Okay. Weylin nods. I think we got a plan. So,
Well, we need to talk to the others and see what they want to do. Because
are you going to wake Bree up?
if we've got breakfast ready for her, we could try.
All right. Let's get breakfast ready for her. So Weylin looks around for some cream.
What's the range on my my druid craft? Does it need to be within sight?
It should tell you, and I do believe it is in sight.
Sorry,
yes.
I haven't got a FG open.
That's okay. No
Just
worries.
while we're not in combat, I've got it closed down to help my signal.
Yeah, that's all good, man. So druid craft, yeah. So it's verbal, semantic. So mouth and hands, 30 feet.
So I could get close enough within range and just create that little rain cloud to hover above us.
That's bloody shillelagh. So I'm looking at the wrong one. Yes, most of it needs to be within range, within sight.
Okay. I'm gonna look to Adrick. Yep, one of you two's up.
Up for what?
It's your turn to wake her.
Do I look like Coco?
I don't see Coco anywhere at the moment.
Okay.
To be fair, though, if we're not
in a hurry.
If we're not in a hurry right now,
does
she need to be
Weylin
there?
find any cream?
Well, there aren't any cows, so what do you expect?
They might have some in the store, in the supplies, a bit of cream.
Before we
Most likely not.
Goat's cream.
Do we speak to your god and see what advice we gain and gather first, and then
So
once we have that,
consulting Moradin,
we can give it a lie in for once. We always do seem to wake her. Let's give Bree a bit of a sleep in for once.
Okay. The question I was thinking of asking. Well, I need 25 gold pieces worth of something to sacrifice.
Oh, look in my pockets. I'm pretty sure. How much? Yeah, I think I could help Russell up 25.
Yeah, I've got something that's sacrificial towards him. So I'm thinking a tool or a weapon or something that's worth 25 gold would be a suitable sacrifice to make.
Try and join Fantasy Ground and check my inventory.
No, it doesn't have to be.
How much are standard swords and standard bows? Because I've recently upgraded, haven't I? So I'm carrying around a sword and a bow. Oh no, I'm not carrying around a sword. My mistake. It's just a bow. I've only got a bow to offer. So,
You would be able to lead the group to sort of a small mini sort of not like a temple in a temple, but there are certain rooms that you would normally go to do like your teachings, your small ceremonies, and small group sermons. So you'd be able to lead them to somewhere like that.
Okay.
Because I think this is a ritual, isn't it?
Yeah. So we also need to sacrifice 25 gold's worth of stuff. How much?
And 16 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to keep in the laptop thing now for that to make sense. Christ.
Oh, I'm just shopping here. So hold on, I'm just going to post this in.
Divination.
Yeah, I don't think I've got anything I can sell. I've got gold I can give you.
Well, he's a gold of mining and other things like that. So something that he's going to find valuable.
What about 25 gold pieces?
I suppose the quality of the divination might be driven slightly by something that's more, how do I put it, acceptable.
Or do we go and buy something that's worth 25 gold?
You've got enough gold around.
Yeah, I've definitely got enough gold I can chip him.
It's what sort of things are appropriate to sacrifice.
Oh, so it's appropriate to your religion. So it's not necessarily a sacrifice. It could be you give away some sort of tithe or offering. So it could be, for example, if you were to do this for the god Shantir, for example, if you were someone who was more nature orientated, I would say giving off a bundle of roses or roses that are worth 25 gold, I guess, or a whole grain store of 25 gold's worth of grain, something like that. Doesn't necessarily have to be, slaughtering a lamb that kind of thing. So I'm just thinking like Moradin's to do with like the forge and stuff, Adric. So you might be able to scrounge about something from somewhere.
Yeah, some tools of some sort. I have some smithing tools of my own.
And also, it could be a culmination of things. It doesn't have to be one specific thing that's worth that 25 gold. It could be an array of things.
I can throw my old bow onto the pyre.
Or place it reverently, I think might be a better way of putting it.
Just lobs it on. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, like because of the link to Moradin, the forge, crafting, fire, that sort of thing, if I'm honest with you, I would just allow 25 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Because gold currency has to be made in some ways, therefore it goes to a mint, it gets stamped, it gets forged, that sort of thing.
Okay. We kind of need everything we've got here. So I'll say, yeah, okay, I will dig out 25 gold.
Okay, so just a real quick one. The way that you now have to use your gold and stuff, it's changed. If you go to your inventory tab.
Yeah, I saw those funny symbols. Spend currency.
Spend currency, and then you type in what you're purchasing at the top, and then you press, you type in 25 gold, or 25 in the gold pieces bit, and I think you just hit spend.
Cool.
Yeah, cool, perfect. Okay, so with getting to this area to conduct this this very small, quick ceremony, to be around things that are orientated to your god, Adric, you align your offering in front of a small effigy that has been dedicated to Moradin. You have some minor gods around in the area that are linked to this this group that surrounds Moradin. Not necessarily his minions, but more of his allies, if anything else. You're deep in prayer. You notice that there's a slight shift and a clink. The spell has gone off. Your offering has disappeared. However, you haven't quite got an answer yet. With how efficient your god is known, you aren't hesitating in the time that you think you're going to have to wait to get an answer from your god. So, next session, we shall see whether or not Moradin answers your call for aid. I will ask you what you asked him at the beginning of next session, okay? Because I believe you have to give him a certain question.
I put the question into the
question
in the notes.
Okay, let's have a little look. Sorry, there's lots of things about computers and stuff in here.
Not in there. No.
Is Loch's PC worth 25 gold?
Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay. Actually, so so after you've done your prayer and stuff, Adric, your question that you have given, are you going to let that known to everyone else or just to yourself?
I was gonna tell the others before doing the ritual. So yeah,
Apologies.
It's okay.
Okay.
So what I've asked is to rescue my family and our friends. Which direction should we travel?
Okay. So with finishing up the small little ceremony, this ritual, which the three of you, where would you be? Oh, hang on, Loch, Coco. No, the four of you. Sorry. Where would you be heading back to?
Depends on the answer.
Well, there's no answer yet. Adric hasn't received anything. So, would you be going back to the main hall? Would you be going to find someone else, or?
Oh, I think the next thing was speaking to the medical professionals.
Yeah, you wanted to go and see if Adric could heal Ranala.
Okay, so with making your way from the southern corridor, so you're around the corridor parts of the complex where you had to go down into the temple, that area, down to that chamber that you've emerged from the previous day. You're going across the Great Hall now. And Adric, you hear this clinking noise again, akin to that of the exchange of the money, your sacrifice of the 25 gold pieces. And suddenly the sandbags sort of slide down. The dwarves feel that they may have been leaning up on it too much, but the water does seem to come into the area and starts to run down the steps. And they seem to pool where Harshnag was resting, and they seem to just creep to the stones of the giant statue, the statue that was depicting Anam, the Allfather. This flow of water has snaked across the floor, trying to take the path of least resistance, it seems, and then down into that amphitheater area. So take that for what you wish. An omen, a message, some silly dwarves leaning up on a sandbag wall, now letting in a load of water. It is up to you.